Hello fellow Guardians. Welcome to the Morph Neo channel where regular and crypto games meet. In today's video I am going to inform you about all updates, news and improvements Bungie announced this week. All information comes from the developer news site. Firstly, I would recommend watching my earlier videos made last week. One is the general Destiny 2 news and updates video going over the raid announcement and other improvements. The second one summarizes some comments from community and going over the answers from Destiny team. The third one is going through the main fixed updates Bungie informed us, and last one is about cosplay Cosmodrome starting on May 29th. This week was very busy and active as well. Here are the main topics. Bungie introduced some new trailers. How power works in the Final Shape. Pantheon starts next week. A new modifier arrives in PvP. Iron Banner final week approaches. Dressed to impress, cosplay Cosmodrome is here. The Archie plush is available again. Let's dive in details. On Monday Bungie dropped out a new trailer about the Final Shape journey into the Traveler, which absolutely dazzled me. At the beginning of the trailer Cade woke up in an idyllic place, what I think is the inside of the Traveler. Probably the developer's idea of the Pale Heart was that you feel yourself in heaven and eventually you'll find that you'll dip off into hell, where you find blight, sickness and corruption everywhere, and the main devil, the Witness, wants to infect everything what is important and valuable for you, and that's create the Final Shape. Yesterday Bungie came out with a new teaser, introducing the Harbringen and Weaver, two members of the Dread, arriving with the Final Shape. Today Bungie introduced two new characters. Grim is Dread's own Agile, a flying fee. The other enemy named Husk with a deadly weapon in each arm, with which he can shoot and cut extremely quickly. He gives up the fight thoroughly and will challenge even the most steadfast Guardians. Be well prepared my fellow Guardian, it will be very difficult to compete. But do not be discouraged my friends, we will fight them and win the war against them. Moving forward, we get some gorgeous desktop and mobile wallpapers. Continuing the next topic, how power works in the Final Shape. They say, we've revisited our power systems and overhauled our UI to make power more intuitive and approachable than ever before. Here you can find the goals they'd like to achieve. Power offers a meaningful progression that rewards players with a real sense of getting stronger. Destiny 2 is a game you can always play with your friends, regardless of your power level. Lower the barrier to entry for Destiny 2 story content. Power should be intuitive and understandable, both for experienced and new players alike. How about the Fireteam Power? They continue, the player with the highest power level in the Fireteam will become the power leader, and all other players in the Fireteam will be brought up to 5 power below the power leader, if their power isn't already higher. Fireteam Power only affects activity difficulty, and your unadjusted power level will still determine the power of your rewards. Being a power leader will also give you a boost to any commendations earned at the end of the activity. Here we get a screenshot, where you can see how it looks in-game. Now they continue, your power level will now be displayed next to the activity power cap, right by the launch button, so you can easily determine how difficult the activity will feel. Then we have another screenshot where we can see what's Bungie saying, when your power is increased by Fireteam Power, your adjusted power will take its place. Here Soyuz Bungie is the power leader and is boosting Rook to 1995 power, so 5 power below Soyuz's power of 2000. With Fireteam Power, friends should always be able to play together, regardless of power level. The next topic is blowing my mind. Bungie is removing power limits from legacy gear. Listening to the community's request, Bungie came to the decision to remove power limits from all items starting in the Final Shape. They noticed that power limits were fundamentally incompatible with Fireteam Power and that they have no recovery mechanism for these. That's why they intend to reintroduce sources for most or all of these, updated to modern Destiny sandbox standards with added properties such as origin traits and build crafting perks. So, it means, they will take off all our old pinnacle weapons, hand cannons, and shotguns will be deleted, but some old school stuff will be renewed again. Moving forward to the topic power bands. They're improving power bands to further lower the barrier to entry. The soft cap will only require 40 power to reach, down from the usual 150. They say, this change should allow new lights enough time to get familiar with the core of Destiny's gear power system before stepping into the broader game without holding them back. You can also easily achieve the soft cap by playing through either difficulty of the Final Shape campaign. If you complete the campaign on Legendary difficulty, you'll be rewarded with an entire gear set at Power 1960, giving you a great head start towards being raid ready for contest mode. I think it's incredibly low. In the Final Shape, the soft cap will only require 40 power to reach, down from the usual 150. They say, the resulting power bands in the Final Shape will be Power Floor 1900, Soft Cap 1940, Powerful Cap 1990 and the Hard Cap or Pinnacle Cap 2000. So, I think it's going to be a fair amount of power level to gain, but with the contest mode raid only being 1965 the entry level not 1990. Let's see what they say about activity power. Beginning with the Final Shape, the power level of activities will become much easier to understand. Activities will be divided into two categories, power disabled and power enabled. Power disabled activities play the same for everyone, no matter their power level. Anyone at any level can jump right in and experience them to the fullest. As such, increasing your power won't change the difficulty you experience, and you can't overlevel the enemies in these activities. Power-disabled activities include campaigns, both normal and legendary difficulties, seasonal story missions, free roam destinations, crucible, and some legacy content. On the other side, power-enabled activities, by comparison, are where you grow stronger by improving your power. These each have an activity power cap, or a power level at which you will have achieved maximum effectiveness. Power-enabled activities include Vanguard playlists, Nightfalls, seasonal activities, exotic mission rotators, Trials of Osiris, raids, and dungeons. Every power-enabled activity falls into one of 5 difficulty tiers, or one unique mode. So, here you can see the 5 different tiers. At the standard difficulty tier 1945 focus on growing your power level to the powerful and pinnacle caps, and the example acts are Vanguard ops, seasonal activities, exotic missions, raids, and dungeons. Then you have tier advanced, previously hero at 1995 optimize your individual build, while still matchmaking with other players crafting for Nightfall style gameplay. The example is Nightfalls. Next tier is expert, previously legend, which is 2005 power optimize your fireteam composition and rely on your ability to work together as a team, crafting for Nightfalls, lost sectors, seasonal activities, exotic missions. Then we have tier master, which is 2010 power optimize your execution, leveraging the skills built by engaging with other tiers of difficulty. This is going to be Nightfalls, lost sectors, raids, and dungeons. Then comes Grandmaster tier at 2020 power. Tie it all together and demonstrate true mastery to overcome pinnacle challenges in Destiny 2 crafting for Nightfall style gameplay. And then for contest mode at Power 1965 they say a unique, limited time challenge where each raider will have to demonstrate their gameplay. In this mode, Fireteam Power will not apply. This is only for the Day 1 raid. Next topic, Bungie talks about artifact bonus power. They say, the way you earn bonus power from the seasonal artifact is staying the same at its core, but we've rebalanced it to better offer a meaningful and rewarding progression given other upcoming changes. With the additional time offered by each episode, we've increased the number of weeks with seasonal challenges, and they will also be receiving a buff to their XP rewards. Given this, we needed to make some adjustments to the XP requirements for artifact bonus power levels. Our goals for the rebalance were that actively engaged players could attain similar artifact levels achieved by the end of an episode, and that artifact power remains a rewarding pursuit throughout. Next topic is account-wide power. Bungie says, Titan, Hunter, Warlock. Most of us play primarily just one, but what if it didn't have to be so hard to walk in a different class's greaves, strides, or boots? We're also lowering the barrier to entry to play multiple classes by introducing account-wide power. Starting in the Final Shape, the gear rewards you earn on any character will drop with a power level relative to the highest power character on your account. Level up the power of your Hunter, and when you switch over to your Titan or Warlock, the gear rewards you earn will be around your Hunter's level. The exact power of rewards will still depend on the source, but the power you earn on one character will positively influence rewards you find on your other characters. Because cross-character power progression is now intrinsic to the game, power boosts are no longer offered for sale. Campaign skips will still be available for alt characters. These changes aim to make switching between characters and classes easier than ever before, so try something new and put on that mark, cloak or bond for the first time. Moving forward, they talk about reward power. Bungie says, finally, we're making some improvements to the power of rewards. For some time now, select activities, such as ritual playlists, have had a chance of dropping a powerful reward with +1 power for players between the soft cap and the powerful cap. In the Final Shape, we're extending this beyond those select activities to just about every reward source in Destiny 2. This change will help players gradually reach the powerful cap no matter what activities they choose to play, so you aren't limited to just the weekly available powerful rewards. Additionally, we are improving the power of rewards you purchase from vendors and collections. All items purchased from vendors will now drop no lower than 3 below your highest possible power, and items reacquired from collections will be 5 below, instead of all the way down at the power floor. So, it means leveling will be much easier than before, my fellow Guardians. Let me check some other information you need to know. First of all, the Pantheon. They say next Tuesday, Guardians will have a chance to face something we have never done before. Pantheon will unfold starting April 30th with 4 of the toughest bosses you have faced. The challenge will escalate over the coming weeks until you have to defeat 8 bosses in a row. Next comes a new hardware game mode. Bungie says no abilities. Weapons only. Next week, Crucible Labs will feature hardware supremacy. And then last chance to earn Iron Banner rewards arrives also on April 30th. They also introduce an update for make it easier to get the Tusk of the Boar and Multimac, the 2 new Iron Banner weapons, if you haven't achieved them yet. So guys, that's all for today, all information you need to know this week. I hope you enjoyed my video and found it informative. If you did, please give it a thumb up and help me by sharing it. If you have any comments, do not hesitate to share them with me. If you like to see more Destiny 2 contents, please subscribe to my channel and click the notification bell. See you soon in my next gameplay, tutorial, or news video. Have a good day. Bye.